Welcome back to another Hockey Nation video. Today I'm doing one breakout players from every single team in NHL. Let's start with the Vegas Golden Knights, and my first player is Kaden Korczak. Korczak played 40 games. It was his first year at full-time with the Vegas Golden Knights. With the departure of Nicolas Hague, that opened a spot. And, of course, with the injury of Pietrangelo, I expect Kaden to have a great breakout season with the Vegas Golden Knights. 6'3", 203 pounds. I believe this is a great opportunity for Korczak. My second player is from the Anaheim Ducks. I'm talking about Leo Carlson. Carlson, with 45 points in 76 games, reached for the first time in NHL a season of 20 goals. This is a kind of player that's going to get better and better and better. And I feel this is going to be a breakout for Leo Carlson. For the Edmonton Oilers, can I go with Isaac Howard? Can I go with Matthew Savoie? Two rookies in the NHL. I have to go with the goaltender Skinner. Why him? But first of all, did not have a great year overall last season. He has a very difficult time in the playoff. We know the situation with the Edmonton Oilers. This is the reason I picked Skinner. If Oilers have a great year for the upcoming season, Skinner is going to be the reason. And that's, I predict, a breakout season for the goaltender Skinner. My next team is the Vancouver Canucks, and I have to go with Elias Pettersson. 45 points last year in NHL. It was a nightmare for Pettersson with a contract of $11 million AAV per season. The year prior to that, 89 points, and then 102 points before that. This is where I feel is going to be a breakout for Pettersson. I think he's hungry. He wants to show for the rest of the NHL his career is not over. He's going to start his 8th year in NHL. I expect a breakout for Elias Pettersson. My next team is the Seattle Kraken. You have a multiple choice to pick for a breakout season, but I have to go with Matty Bernier. Why? First of all, he scored 20 goals last season for a total of 43 points. Better at the 37 prior to that, but his first year in NHL, he did 57 points. It looked like it's a roller coaster for Bernier. He has a bigger role for the upcoming season. He's going to start his 4th season in NHL. I feel it's going to be a breakout, and that's my prediction for the Seattle Kraken, Matty Bernier. The San Jose Sharks. Talk about multiple players could get that breakout season. We know what happened with Sidney Brunet, Will Smith, and many others. But I have to go with William Ekholm. Ekholm is going to start his 3rd regular season in NHL. Every year, he increasing his number of the points from 45 to 58 last season with 17 goals. I think he's going to break the 60 points for the upcoming season. This is another great prospect for the San Jose Sharks. My next team, the Los Angeles Kings. Have to go back with Quinton Byfield. Byfield, 55 points and 54 points in the last 2 seasons. Both seasons with 20 goals and plus. Now, Byfield continues to improve year after year. I believe this is going to be his breakout with the Kings for the upcoming season. My next team is the Calgary Flame, and this team goes with 2 or 3 different players, but I go with Morgan Frost. Frost trade at the trade deadline from the Flyers to the Calgary Flame. He had 12 points and 32 games with the Flame, but his last 2 seasons, really unique situation. Both seasons, 14 goals, 23 assists for a total of 37 points. The year before that, he had 41 points. I believe he's going to be the 2nd center for the Calgary Flame for the upcoming season, and that's the reason he's going to be the breakout player for the Flames. That's conclude my Pacific Division. Let's start with the Central Division with the Minnesota Wild. And I have to go with Brock Faber. A great first year in NHL with 9 goals and 47 points. Unfortunately for him, last season, he did only 29 points. But he played an average approximately of 25 minutes with the Minnesota Wild. With many injuries last season around the team of the Wild, I believe this year is going to be a breakout for the defenseman Brock Faber. My next team is the Winnipeg Jets, and I'm going to go with Cole Perfetti. Perfetti is going to start his 4th season already in NHL. Every year he's increasing his number to point 30, 38, and 50 last season. The last 2 seasons, 19 goals, 18 goals. With the departure of Nikolai Heller, I expect Cole Perfetti could reach the total of 60 points and maybe 25 goals for the upcoming season. Next team is the Dallas Stars, multiple candidate for the breakout season, but I have to take Leon Bichel. Big John 6'6", played only 38 games with the Dallas Stars last season, but I expect him to break out. They're looking for a top 4 defenseman with Eskinen and Arley. I think is a candidate to play over 20 minutes per game. And of course, this is the reason I select him for my breakout player for the Dallas Stars. The next team is the Nashville Predator. I have to go with Luc Evangelista. 42 overall pick in 2020. He had last season 32 points in 68 games after he did his first year in NHL, a total of 39 points. I feel this is his 3rd year in NHL. I feel he's going to increasing. He reached for the first time over 40 points with the Nashville Predator. My next team is Utah Mammoth, and I'm going to surprise some of you. I'm going to go with the defenseman Sean Durzi. Durzi is going to start his 5th year in NHL. Remember, 2 years ago, he was traded for the Kings to the team Utah. He had his first year 27, followed by 38, 41. Unfortunately, last year, a major injury set back him to play only 30 games, and he had 11 points with the Mammoth last season. I feel this year, no doubt in my mind, he could reach the total of 50 points with the team Mammoth. Next team, the Chicago Blackhawks, and I have to go with Frank Nazar. He started last year at the middle of the season with the Blackhawks. The 13th overall pick in 2022 did 26 points and 53 games with the Blackhawks last season. Nazar played on power play on the PK. It will be the 2nd center with the Chicago Blackhawks. For me, it's going to be a breakout season for Nazar. And don't be surprised, he reached a minimum of 50 points for the upcoming season. My next team, the St. Louis Blues. I have to go with Jake Neighbors. 46 points last year with the Blues, scored 22 goals with a total of 46 points with the St. Louis Blues. The year prior to that has 38 points. With the departure of different players from the Blues for the upcoming season, I feel like Jake is going to be a top 6 again as a forward. Don't be surprised. 25 goals and 50 points for Jake Neighbors. And finally, the last team in the Central Division is the Colorado Avalanche. I'm going to surprise all of you. I'm going to go with the captain, Gabriel Lentegag. Missed a total of 3 years with the Colorado Avalanche. Returned last year during the playoff. I expect him to have a breakout season. It surprised all the hockey fans with the Colorado Avalanche. Let's move on the Metropolitan Division, and the next team is the Philadelphia Flyers. My selection is the right defenseman Jimmy Tristel. Drafted by the Anaheim Ducks, 6th overall pick in 2020 with a great first year as a rookie in NHL with 32 points. He never reached the same kind of number following his next 5 years in NHL, and the biggest reason is because injury year after year. We'll see what he's going to do for the upcoming season. His body. Trevor Zegras is going to play with the Flyers now. That will maybe helping him to get a bit more confidence and to feel more comfortable with the Flyers. Other candidates, maybe like Zegras or Mishkov or Cam York, could be a breakout season, but I have to go with Jimmy Tristel. The next team is the New York Rangers, and again, I have to go with the first overall pick, Alexis Lafrenière. Little bit setback season with the Rangers last year, but who have a great year last year with the Rangers? No one. That team is struggling from the management to the locker room. We'll see how he's going to respond. Lafrenière, with the departure of Chris Kreider, is going to be now a permanent top 6 forward on left side for the upcoming season. The next is from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Many candidates there, but I have to go with Adam Fantilli. The third overall pick in 2023 did 31 goals last year with 54 points in 82 games. And Fantilli is one of the top 4 play right away in NHL. And he proved his skill and talent with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Don't be surprised. Another year of 30 goals. Reach a minimum of 60 points for the upcoming season with the Columbus Blue Jackets. The next team is the New Jersey Devils. And I have to go with Dawson Mercer. Where you go with him? Difficult year again for him. Since 2022, Mercer struggled every single year. He never lost confidence from the management and from his head coach. But at the end of the day, Mercer need to get a breakout season. We know already with Jack Hughes, Jesper Pratt, Nico Escher. This is a time for Mercer to step up, and I predict Mercer to at least to get 20 goals, a possible 50 points for the upcoming season. My next player is for the New York Islanders, and I go with Alexander Romanov. Why you go with him? First of all, he stepped up his game last year. Was the most consistency defenseman with the New York Islanders. Played very well under Patrick Roy. New management. Barzal is going to return on the ice with the team. They have a couple of new prospects around the team. Sheffer now as the defenseman. I feel like Romanov is motivated to return on the ice for the upcoming year. And I expect not only about the point, but about his performance on the both sides of the game to have another great breakout season with the New York Islanders. My next players from the Pittsburgh Penguins, it's Novak. Why him? Pittsburgh, who can read that team? Letang, Malkin, Crosby, Ross, Raquel, Jarry, older players. On the prospect side, you have maybe McCarty. Novak got traded last year for the Nashville Predator to the Pittsburgh Penguins. With Nashville 2 years ago, have a great season with 40 points plus. Can you repeat this with the Pittsburgh Penguins? All depends if he's going to be on the bottom 6 or on the top 6, and if he's going to play on the power play or not. But with a few candidate breakout year, I select Thomas Novak. My next team, the Carolina Hurricanes. This was right away there. Logan Stankoven. Trade at the trade deadline by the Dallas Stars to the Carolina Hurricanes. Was involved with the trade of Rantanen. Last year, with the Carolina Hurricanes, for the second half of the year, he has 9 points in 19 games for a total of 38 points with Dallas and the Carolina Hurricanes. 14 goals together. No doubt in my mind, he's going to reach a minimum of 18 to 20 goals and a minimum of 45 points for the upcoming season with the Carolina Hurricanes. Finally, my last team in the Metropolitan Division, the Washington Capitals. A few candidates for the Washington. I could go maybe with Lapierre or McCall, but I decided to go with the rookie Ryan Leonard. Leonard, drafted Washington 8th overall pick in 2023, reached the team at the end of the season, and he played in the playoff with Washington. We already saw his physicality of the game and his forechecking. Don't be surprised, he reached a minimum of 15 goals and 35 points for the upcoming season with the Washington Capitals. My next team is the Buffalo Sabres, and I pick the 13th overall pick in 2023, Zach Benson. Benson did 28 points last season with the Sabres. The year prior to that, he scored 11 goals with a total of 30 points. Maybe some regression overall for Benson, but with the departure of J.J. Peterka, that will open a door for Benson to elevate his game and to have a breakout season with the Sabres. Mathieu Poitras. Poitras is going to start his third year with the Boston Bruins. Unfortunately for him, he did not repeat the same quality of hockey game with the Boston Bruins. Played 2 seasons with 33 games. We see if he can make the top 6 forward for the upcoming year. But I expect Poitras to have a breakout season for the upcoming year with the Bruins. My next team is the Detroit Red Wings. You talk about candidate, you can get a lot with that team. Marco Kasper, example. You can go with Lucas Raymond. But I would decide to go with the defenseman Simon Edvinsson. The Gen 6'6", 6th overall pick in 2021, played his first year in NHL, did 31 points, 7 goals, 24 assists, and 78 games. Great year for his first year with the Detroit Red Wings. I expect him to just continue what he did last year and to have a breakout season with the Detroit Red Wings. My next team is the Florida Panthers, and not many candidates with the team. I have to go with a veteran players because he did only 53 points last year. I said, Coach, that's pretty good. I agree with you. 3 years ago, 41 goals. 2 years ago, 34 goals. Last year, only 20 goals. With a big contract over $7 million, I feel like Carter is going to have a breakout season with the Florida Panthers. Don't be surprised. He get back with over 30 goals and over 65 points for the upcoming season with the Florida Panthers. My next team is the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I go with Oliver Bäckstrand. Trade at the traded line from the team Seattle to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Play 18 games with the Tampa, 9 points. It was his 4th season with 20 goals a plus every year. His number of points are lower and lower every year. It was the first time he did lower at 50 points in the last 4 seasons. I expect Oliver to have a breakout season with the offensive of the Tampa Bay Lightning. No doubt in my mind, he could back with 25 goals and over 50 points with the Lightning. I'm going to skip Montreal Canadiens. My next team, the Ottawa Senators, and I select Dylan Cousin. Cousin trade from the Buffalo Sabres to Ottawa Senators, did 16 points in 21 games, but he never reached the same quality of hockey compared with his second season with the Buffalo, over 70 points. And I expect now to play a bigger role with that team of Ottawa, more offensive with the head coach Green. I expect Cousin to return with big number for the upcoming season, and that's the reason I gave him the breakout for the Ottawa Senators. The Toronto Maple Leafs, this was a little bit more difficult. I can go with the goaltender Wool, or I can go with maybe Matthew Nice. But I decided to go with Matthias Matchelli. Why? But first of all, he got trades on the off summer from the Utah to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2 years ago, have a great season with over 18 goals. Unfortunately, controversy between him and the head coach about his TOI, and of course, other young players coming with the team Utah are better, not used on power play, and that's maybe the reason he did not want to stay and maybe request a trade. At the end of the day, he have an opportunity for the upcoming year, maybe to be on the top 6. He have a great hockey offensive inside of him. Can he get that opportunity? I'm not sure, but if it's the case, I expect him to be a breakout season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And for the Montreal Canadiens, we have candidate. Some people said, why not even Demidov? Why not Lennartson? Already 66 points. He's going to have another great year. But I have to go with the first overall pick in 2022, Juraj Slavkovsky. First, he's going to start his big contract over $7 million. Secondly, the last 2 seasons, 50 points with 20 goals. Last year, 51 points, 18 goals. I expect a breakout season with the Montreal Canadiens, and I'm talking about a minimum of 25 goals, a minimum of 58 points with the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal is going to score more goals. The only thing could make my prediction bad is his time on power play. But if he stay on the power play number 1, no doubt in my mind, Slavkovsky is going to have his best season on his offensive side of the game with the Montreal Canadiens. That's give you, my friend, all the different breakout players for every single NHL team for the upcoming season. Now is your turn below this video. Let me know which one you are agree or disagree, and give me maybe a list of different team, and we can sharing this in the comment section below this video. Until the next time, my friend, don't forget to subscribe, click on the likes, and of course, become a member of the Hockey Nation Show, and you have greatness inside of you.